Dana White is making it harder and harder for Jon Jones fans to cope with this ducking, guys. I mean, he is making them run out of excuses because he exposed Jon Jones and confirmed that he accepted the fight and then backed out. He also reacted to Jon Jones' legal trouble, and Tom Aspinall also came out and reacted to the Jon Jones news, guys. Let's react to both. As we know, out of nowhere, Dana White announced that Jon Jones was going to retire, guys. And Dana White had guaranteed us this fight was going to happen multiple times. He reassured us literally within like the last 2 months or so, saying, no, this fight is going to happen. He believes it's going to happen. And Dana White explained here why he was so confident, why he was saying those things. It wasn't, just out of nowhere. It's because apparently Jon had agreed to do the fight. This is a theory that we have heard for a while, right? And something that we've talked about on the channel, like Ariel Helwani has reported before. We knew that this was the case, but we finally see Dana White confirm it. Apparently, the UFC offered Jon Jones the money. Jon Jones declined, and now we're not getting this fight. There's definitely more to this story that we don't know, and I think we're going to find out this week. Like I said, I mean, this is International Fight Week. This is the biggest spotlight on the UFC, on MMA, and Dana White is going to be available the whole time. The Hall of Fame. I mean, there are so many interview opportunities for this guy. Like, he is not going to escape Jon Jones. He's probably going to get asked like about 20 times or so. But guys, let's see what Dana White had to say, because it is very telling of the truth about Jon Jones. If there are any fans of Jon Jones left, guys, I don't even know how. Like, he is just still getting into legal trouble at this point. You can't even say he's a changed man.
Jon Jones has officially retired. Tom Aspinall is the champion. This has been a long story. It seems to have a lot of back and forth. Can you tell us the timeline of Jon accepted the fight, went to Thailand, came back, didn't want the fight? What happened?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that Thailand was the end of it. We were talking about it before that. But yeah, the fight was done. We had the fight done
Damn, guys,
a long time
this?
ago. So why he decided not to fight, you guys will have to ask him that.
And this is something that, like I said, we have been saying on the channel for a while. Jon Jones agreed to do the fight, and then all of a sudden said, nah, never mind now. I don't know what the reason is, and I mean, I think most of us kind of know what the reason is. I think that at the end of the day, Jon Jones retiring as the GOAT, undefeated, never losing, that is more profitable than if he goes up against Tom Aspinall, a very dangerous opponent, and he loses, right? Then his name definitely falls down. I think Jon Jones wants to preserve his name value as well as his ego, right? And which is no problem, but he should have vacated the belt a long time ago.
Is it accurate that there's a lot of reports about figures he was offered? Is it fair to say he was offered a lot of money to take this fight?
Yeah. Listen, he was offered what he deserves for that fight. Yeah.
I'll just come out and ask you. Do you think he's ducking Tom Aspinall?
We've heard that number about, to be $30 million. I mean, a lot of people have been reporting. I mean, Joe Rogan originally came out with this number.
I'll just come out and ask you. Do you think he's ducking Tom Aspinall?
No.
Yo.
Jon Jones.
Wow.
I said it a million times. I'll say it again.
So
He's never ducked anybody.
Seeing, like, how Dana was when Jon Jones, quote unquote, ducked Francis Ngannou, right? Remember, Dana White kept saying, no, Jon Jones is ducking Francis. This time, not. He's saying Jon did not. So I'm curious, is this just part of some master plan, or does Dana White not really care? I don't know.
Say it again. He's never ducked anybody other than that one goofy time with the Chael Sonnen thing. He's never ducked
holding
anybody.
A grudge is
and
crazy.
I think the reality is, whatever changed his mind with this fight, I don't know. You'd have to ask him that. But, he's 38 years old, and I don't know.
Do you think if it was some...
I mean, I think, honestly, Dana White, it sounds like from this attitude, Dana White, and some people might say it's because he doesn't care about the UFC. Some people might say, I don't know. I might say it's because maybe he just understands Jon, right? Jon is an older guy, and he understands, like, look, he's done a lot in the sport. He's fought a long time, and says, like, look, I understand if you don't want to get humiliated out there, right? I understand if your ego, like, can't take you losing. Maybe you shouldn't fight, right? And I think, honestly, Dana White might be protecting Jon Jones, as crazy as it sounds. Like, we've seen his glazing over the past year, but this has to be the top of it.
Do you think if it was someone like Alex Pereira, he would fight them? And it's maybe Tom that he specifically, like, doesn't fancy the matchup, doesn't fancy the age difference?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to these questions.
Dana White does know. You see that face, man? Like, he knows. He's like, oh, man, like, come on. He knows that he knows that the answer is obviously yes. Jon Jones has come out and literally said this, so this isn't a secret. And we know what he said. He said before he would fight Alex.
Listen, our job is to make the biggest fights we can make and the fights that the fans want to see, and that's what we try to do. But the minute somebody starts talking about retirement, my philosophy on that, you should do it.
Did you know about the stuff that came out of Albuquerque last night?
I saw it today. When I saw it today,
So he's talking about the criminal stuff. We talked about this on yesterday's video. If you guys want to check that out, that is a full recap of the crazy, disturbing charges. Here's Dana White's response to it, because at the post-fight press conference, the story had not broken yet. It was like an hour later.
Once I get through today, tomorrow starts International Fight Week. I'll be back in Vegas tonight, and Tom will be there all next week. So we'll sit down with him, see what he's thinking, what he wants to do. He's been great through this whole thing, and literally said, "I'll fight whoever you guys tell me to fight. I'm ready to go." So, looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the Tom.
Who doesn't
Aspinall
love
era.
Tom, man?
You said you had the date, or the fight was agreed to. Did you have a date and a location for that? Because I think a lot of people assumed it would be at MSG again.
That it would be what?
At Madison Square Garden, like heavyweight.
Yeah. That's what we were shooting for. We were shooting for New York. Yeah.
So would it make sense to keep Tom on that day, or are you going to try to like wait long enough? Let's get you in there.
Well, yeah. I mean, we got to figure out.
Yeah, I think Dana White was just about to say, well, you know, and I think he was going to say, well, the next pay-per-view is October 5th, then there's another one in October for Abu Dhabi, and then there's that New York card. So the next pay-per-view slot that is open is literally October. You might as well wait till New York at that point. So probably going to be Tom Aspinall versus someone in MSG. And that's what Dana White had to say. And I mean, honestly, I think a lot of people are surprised Dana's attitude, including myself. Like I said, I had predicted that maybe we were going to see Dana White get increasingly and more angry throughout the week that this fight did not happen. But here, honestly, it seems that Dana White might be a little understanding to Jon Jones, which is a little frustrating as a fan because I would have loved for him to rip into Jon Jones. But we see Tom Aspinall, guys. He uploaded a new video himself, I think, reacting to the news, guys. Let us hear what he has to say. It looks like, so I can't really show you guys because of copyright reasons, but like he shows a lot of his fights and is basically his journey through becoming an interim champion, now defending his interim title. And yeah, remember he knocked out Curtis Blades in the first round. And yeah, this is Tom. I mean, he uploads a whole thing and he has a little message at the end, and I kind of want to react to it, guys. So let's take a look at what Tom Aspinall has to say, because he is always, you know, in the best of moods, always handles himself with class. Let's see.
Heavyweight champion of the world. Moving forward, very, very important to me, just that I acknowledge everybody quickly who has supported me in this. I'm not going to say it was a tough time, but a bit of a challenging time over like the last kind of 10, 11 months that I have been inactive due to no fault of my own. But luckily, that is all behind us now. Massively appreciate the support from everybody. Massively appreciate the support going forward. I am going to keep this thing as active as possible. I want to be the best heavyweight ever to walk the face of the earth. I'm going to defend this thing as many times as I possibly can. I'm going to keep you guys entertained. I'm going to really give back to everybody who has shown me support over the last year, over the last 5 years, over the last 10 years. Really appreciate the support and love from everybody, and we're going to see an active, defending UFC heavyweight undisputed champion going forward. Thank you guys, and I'll speak to you soon.
All right, so that's what Tom Aspinall had to say, guys. And yeah, Tom, always a nice guy, and we have known for a while. Like, Tom has said from the beginning, look, if it's not Jon Jones, it's fine. I just want to fight for the title. I want to be the undisputed champion. I want to defend my title. I think that Tom has known this for a while, and Tom is like, look, you know, I'm not going to fight Jon, so I might as well, you know, main event pay-per-view, start building my name, getting title defenses. I said this in my last video, and I think it's a really good point. Look at Merab. Merab won his title in September, and look how many fans he has now. And with all due respect to Merab, this isn't a guy who gets a lot of finishes. Imagine Tom Aspinall, who's getting these quick finishes, these legendary finishes, who is a very good fighter. So is Merab, but, you know, Tom knocks people out. Especially Tom Aspinall. He has the UK behind him, too. I think this guy could be a really big star, and, you know, Jon has just robbed them of so much time. But, guys, I think you know, it's in the past. We should just be happy here. The duck has been plucked. Jon Jones is gone. Hopefully, we never have to talk about this guy again, unless it's the inevitable time where, you know, he has to go to jail and he's locked up for the rest of his life because he murdered somebody. And we'll all have to act like, you know, that we did not see this coming, right? Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Check out my last video where I broke down the criminal summons for Jon Jones. You guys are the best fan base in MMA. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share, and I'll see you guys in the next one.